Hi everyone, thanks for stopping by. Today I'm going to show you some beautiful trifold shutter cards that I made, and I'm going to show you how I made them. So let's head on over to the craft table. Okay, I know that most people save the best for last, but I'm going to show you my favorite first. So here it is, and it opens up like that, and it sits like this, and I will put a picture here in a couple of minutes of what it looks like sitting up from the front instead of seeing it from the top. But I just love it, and let me tell you a little bit about it. So all of the gold that you see around here for the back layers and for right here under the butterfly and everything, and for those butterflies, that's all gold foil paper from Michaels. And then the beautiful butterflies and flower paper, that came from this paper pack right here, which is called A Better Tomorrow, and it's from In Love Arts. And I just love all of the papers that come with this. They are really pretty and just something for every occasion, really. So I'll be using more of this. I love this script right here. Whoops, and there's the butterflies. And the sentiments that I used for here and also in the middle right there, those are from this Stampin' stamp set that is called Friendly Phrases. And I'll have links below to everything that I'm using. So there we go. I've added some ribbon and bows right here and little butterflies with little gems. And it's all done in pink and black and gold, and I just love the way that this turned out. And here is another one, and I really like the way that the scene is on the front of this with the flowers and the butterflies, but what I really like is that when you open it up, they're actually on separate layers of this card. And so it all comes together when it's folded, but when it opens, it's spread out throughout the card. And I used a lot of very old things on here. The paper pack that I used is from Die Cuts with a View, and it is so old, I can't even remember how old it is. And same thing with this, I don't know if you can see it, it's kind of a pearly cardstock. I got that from Michaels years and years and years ago. So really old things there. In fact, we're going to keep going to really old. The die that I used to cut out these letters is from an ancient Cuttlebug die set. So I just wanted to start using things I haven't used in a long time, and I definitely did. But there are some new things on here. And so one of the new things is the dies that I used to make these flowers. So let me bring that right over here. And this is called a Splicing Flower Die Set. Okay, that's from In Love Arts. As always, links below to everything. But it's really nice to have the different sizes and that you can create a variety of flowers with them. So I really like that. And then this sentiment right here is from a stamp set called Beautiful You by MHK Designs. And that was made by Min from On a Stamp Age. So I'm going to link to her channel below so that you can see some of the stuff she does, because she is a very creative lady. And this is also from that same stamp set. And let me grab it here really quick. I wanted to show you, let me see if I can find it now. Wishing You a Beautiful Day, as you can see, is all one stamp that goes across, but I split it in half so that I can make it fit on there. And I didn't do it by cutting it, and it's a technique that I'm not going to show you in this video, but basically what I do is I use like a Post-it or a piece of tape to cover up the part that I don't want to use, ink it, remove the tape, and stamp. Do the same thing the other direction. Hopefully I haven't confused you, but that's not a tutorial for this video. But let me move that aside so you can see it better. This is just really a wonderful stamp set, and I feel very blessed to have it and to get to use it on here. And as you can see, I have a butterfly theme going between the two cards because I love butterflies. Now let's talk about the die that I used to make those cards. And as always, I am going to be completely honest about everything. So the first thing I want to say is I love this die and I would not trade it for anything. But things that you need to know are this. This die is over 8.5 inches long, okay? And it is 4 1/4 inches wide. But being over 8.5 inches long means if you have a cuddle bug or just a normal mat for your cutting, machine, whether it's a cuddle bug or a Big Shot or a Gemini, it's not going to fit. It's too big. And for me, that's not a problem, but I need to point this out to the rest of you in case it is a problem for you. And the reason it's not a problem for me is, I'll bring these over. They're still in their packages because I rarely use them, but I happen to have the long mats that go with the cuddle bug. And so you can see there's plenty of room on here. And I also happen to have a die cutting machine that can take the 8.5 by 11 inch. And so again, that's not a problem for me because I can use this in either machine. I actually like using it in my bigger machine that does 8.5 by 11. Now there's something else I want to show you. The cards are not A2, so they are not 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. They're actually quite a bit smaller. So these are more like 3 inches by, whoops, let me get the ruler the right way, 3 inches by 4 1/4. So these are not going to fit in an A2 size envelope. Well, actually they will. Let me show you real quick. This is an A2 size envelope. This is the card. So you need to keep that in mind if you want to get this die, which is wonderful. I love it. I'm going to use it a lot, and I am not sorry I got it. But I just wanted you to know that the cards are not A2 size. They are smaller. But like I said, I still love this, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. So with all of that said now, I'm going to show you how it works. So I'm going to take this, and I'm going to go put this through my Cut and Boss die cutting machine, and I will be right back. And once it's cut out, you have all of the cuts and all of the score lines done for you. So that's a really nice thing about having a die that does all of that. And let me get it up close so you can see. You can see the cuts and you can see the score lines. And so from there, we'll start on the left side, and we're going to go with mountain folds. And I don't bother folding the one in the middle, so we're just going to fold those two edges as mountain folds, okay? And then we're going to come to this one, and that's going to be a mountain fold. And these are valley folds. And as you can see, this folds very nicely. These, the score lines are just really easy to fold. So we're going to do this. We go mountain, so the next one is valley. Just like that. And up here, this was valley, so the next one is mountain. And same thing down here, we had valley, so the next one is mountain. And because these two are mountains, this one is going to be valley. And again, I am just folding the ends. I'm not folding it all the way across. And there you go. It is that easy. And then you can start decorating it. So with this one, I used layers. So I have a gold layer, and then I have this pink and butterfly layer. And I chose to put 2 layers across on all of those. But on this one, I used pattern paper, so I didn't need to put layers. And then I did add layers just in these 3 spots. Well, and actually right there too. That was unplanned, but I couldn't get the hugs to show up as good as I wanted, so I had to add a blue layer. But so there you go. So you can put layers like that. There are so many ways you can put layers. It is totally up to you whether you want to do no layers, 1 layer, 2 layers, and which order you want to do them in. For example, on this one, I did the blue going down at an angle like that, but on this one, I did it different. There's so many possibilities. So when you look at these, don't go, wait a minute, stop. I have to see what order you have those in. Otherwise, I can't make one. But that's not true, because you can make these any way you want. Oh, and also just like I put, this label on the front of it, and on this one, I just decorated with flowers. Again, there are so many possibilities that you can do with those. But I have something for you. What I've done is, and you can stop the camera and write this down, but I wrote down the layering sizes for the first layer. Now, if you're going to do 2 layers, you're going to have to make each layer smaller. So you'll need 2 pieces that are this size, you'll need 6 that are this size, and 3 that are that size. And I hope that helps you, because I know a lot of people ask, well, what about the layers? And my normal suggestion is measure it and cut it the size you want. But for those of you that needed a little help to get started, here you go. For my final card, I decided to do a masculine card, and I love the way that it turned out. And I hope that my cards have inspired you and given you some ideas of your own. And don't forget to look below in the description box, because there are links to the products I used, as well as a 25% off discount code to In Love Arts should you decide to shop there. Thank you all for stopping by today, and I just want you to know how much I truly appreciate all of your comments and your thumbs up. And also be sure to check below in the description box for links that might be of interest to you. And there's also going to be links to some of my videos that might be of interest to you, and they will be popping up on the screen as my video is ending. Have a blessed day and happy crafting, everyone. Bye-bye. If you like this video, I hope you give it a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, I hope you consider that too. And if you do, be sure to click the little bell next to the subscribe button so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos or giveaways. And I hope you stop by Crafter's Castle on Facebook and also Crafter's Castle Challenge blog to enter your creations.